Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. Today's episode, let's talk about, do you really need two receivers on your airplane? So follow me on this episode as I'll do two flights and we'll check the analysis afterward. Thank you for watching. Okay, here we go. So let's get the RSSI log for one receiver in the ultra stick only. Here is only one receiver with two antenna. One antenna pointing down here this way and the other antenna pointing this way, but just one receiver for this first RSSI log gathering. Okay, and what I have right here is, if you look at the screen, the flight log here is one receiver, okay, and there's 0 frame loss and hold. Okay, so basically I'm gonna turn on this switch here, which is gonna record to the SD card. See, as you can see, the SD card is starting to flip right here. There's a status bar is moving, that means it's recording. Okay, so let's get started and let's go flying. Okay, so after the first flight with only one receiver, the transmitter flight log looks like this, with receiver A suffering 113 frame loss, which corresponds to the big F. There was 0 hole. By the way, my other video shown here will instruct you how to graph the log on your PC if you need it. Now let's do our second flight with two receivers this time. Okay, so let me put in this second remote receiver. Okay, so let's get the RSSI log for two receiver. Here I have one main receiver with two antenna and it's connected to another remote receiver here. So there'll be two receiver flying right now on the ultra stick so that we can get the RSSI log and compare. Okay, so here we have the SD card is going to show is recording, and we have two A and B receiver and the frame is 0 right now. So let's take off. Okay, so we finished our second flight with two receiver mounted, and here is the transmitter flight log. Wow, 0 frame loss and 0 hole. With the A receiver got 148 frame loss and the second B receiver only 23. Now keep in mind, in order to get the big F frame loss to increment by 1, you would need both A and B receiver to have a frame loss both at the same time, in which case it never happened here. So yeah, wow. Now let's go on to compare the graph of both logs. but definitely I am a second receiver believer now. Right, so now let's go compare the two graphs that we obtained. Okay, this is the first flight of the first graph, and it's a one receiver graph. Okay, and basically what we have here, the red line here is the RSSI in minus dBm, and it went up and down throughout the flight. Okay, and the bright blue line here is a receiver frame loss. Okay, as you can see through the flight, we went down to minus 78 dBm and went up again all through the flight, and it was like, you know, 2 or 3 bar, which is okay, you know, but there was some instant here, like instant right here, there's 4 instant that it went down to minus 128 dBm or more. Okay, this is really bad, because what happened when that happened is the frame loss of a receiver went up, spike higher here, and that is not a good trend. So something to be aware of. Take a look at the second flight of the second lock with 2 receiver here, 2 RX receiver here. Okay, so first of all, we have the RSSI is in red as usual, minus dBm. Okay, and it never went below minus 83 dBm, which is really good sign right here. Okay, never in any instant here. Okay, the blue line right here is a receiver. Okay, the blue is a receiver. Okay, and the B receiver is this line, the bright white line here. As you can see here, every time when A went down, okay, frame loss right here, the B receiver didn't lose any frame loss. It'll continue with the good signal of the frame. Nothing happened. Right here, same thing. A spike up and B constantly okay with signal. A is okay, B is okay here, and vice versa here. When B is not okay, spike up in frame loss, A continue to be okay. Same here. So vice versa right here, which is very good. So definitely with 2 receiver will help your signal integrity. Summary, do you really need a second receiver? No, if you're flying maybe a small plane, a park flyer far away from the city. But yes, if you're flying a saturated 2.4 gigahertz area. And yes, if you're flying an expensive plane that you don't want to lose. And yes, if you are flying a fast EDF jet or turbine jet. So be sure to watch how to monitor and analyze the RSSI and graph the dBm in this video also. Thank you for watching and happy flying!